Like, I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious, I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.
We ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
You've been lied to. You've been told that the enemy stands beside you. Your neighbor is your rival. That's what they use to divide you. But I ain't beefing with nobody that got the same problems I do. Don't always work, but I try to. I can be prideful when I often lose my cool, but I choose to commit to being better so we can eat together. Cause compared to black lives, our beef don't really matter. The day of us fighting each other is over. Wish they love my folks like they loving my culture. But we ain't even pressed, I ain't even gon' hold ya. We don't need your stamp, we co-signing our own stuff. Don't need permission, you dealing with grown-ups. And our ancestors, they told us you owe us. So we here to collect, make the check out the black crowd and on one.
You ain't beefing, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. And our people need us, we can't let them fight this battle alone. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more. So I'ma be
breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers. Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans.
Just got a call from my dog, he was livid. He said that he saw what he saw, but wish he didn't. I told him that we all was a part of what we witnessed. He said that the law be going hard. I said they been dead, where you been? It's time to bring it best out, kings. Cause this ain't a protest, this a lifestyle change. Which means my child is your child. Protect and respect our queen. Hell of a thing to be melanin made.
baby fed, I don't want no smoke. It ain't no secret, they know all of us are dope. They know, and our people need us. We can't let them fight this battle alone. No. We done lost some folks and we can't lose no more.
Yo!
Breaking bread, making
What up?
plans, building with my brothers.
Yeah.
Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers.
What up?
Breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers.
Yeah.
Breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, breaking bread, making plans, building with my brothers.
All right, good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Welcome back to the program. Let's go live with Lamont King. Live tonight, Lamont King. Appreciate y'all. Good to see y'all. We made it. It's another middle of the week, man. Good to see you. Glad you able to join in with us each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 7 East Coast time. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast. Good to see y'all too, man. Everybody on the check-in, thumbs up on the check-in. We restricting viewership right now to the Tiny Closet group. I'm trying to get people in there to have direct access to the program. You know what I mean? You can't really. A lot of times, man, when you got services and when you got stuff available to the masses, I don't like wasting my time. I don't want to waste my time. I only want to get this program to people that want it and the people that know the people that want it. So we in the Tiny Closet Studios group and then on YouTube. And we're trying to get over YouTube, get our numbers up to 1,000, man. Let's make it happen. See something, share something. That's what that means. Turn your notifications on, subscribe to the channel. Yes, that's what it is. And also, so it's now we're narrowing it down. So YouTube, I think the Twitters, Periscope, Twitch, even. Twitch is very complicated. I need somebody smarter than me to explain Twitch. I've been in the Twitch creator camp for the last 2 days watching their videos, and some of them are real. It's mind-boggling, man. These platforms, you gotta understand them. So I'm on Twitch right now and the Humor Mill app, as always. Download that app. Click on DL Hughley's face. We're live in that app, which is amazing. They got some programming coming with some other shows with people you know and some people you don't know, but we right there smack in the middle, right there on the app, going live. We've been going with them for about 5-6 weeks. Feel like, let me change this frames per second. Oh, you can't do it while I'm live. All right. Because I feel like they got me on movie time right now. I see a little delay. Y'all see a delay? It's like the camera. All right. What up, Peanut Gallery? Shay Anderson, Malik, Chris Bear, Brother Bear, what's up? And Mr. Clarkson, our executive producer on the ones and twos. Good to see y'all. And we are broadcasting live from the newly remodeled Drunken Fruit Studios. So shout out to that. And of course, this show is 100% viewer supported by viewers like you. Please feel free to sling us some ones at the Cash App. We would appreciate it. We ain't even going to look at you no kind of way if you slide us a $1. Lamont King 06. That's how we get everything up. That's how we just got this beautiful technology in here and the backdrop and then the mic arm. Because we're viewer supported. Ain't no salaries around this joint. No commissions. No honorariums. Shoestring budget. All right. Also, going over to the Patreon. We launched that a few weeks back too. And slow and steady. But all the content gets put over there. All the full shows. So you may see the clips online on YouTube, but all the full shows are in the Patreon. I'll say it again. You may see the clips and highlights of the show on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. That's just to reel you in. But the full shows, the full episodes are in the Patreon. It's kind of like one of them platforms where they be like, to see full episodes, more episodes. You get the free weekend and then you can go and see the full joint in the Patreon. So jump in there, man. It's subscription based. It's light though. It's like if you was to give us $1 a day, just me begging and asking you at the beginning of every show, it's way less than if you became a subscriber at the Patreon. So do the math. All right. All right. Looking forward to rapping with y'all today, man. It's quite a few things to talk about. Again, if you want to Skype in and jump on the show, we got the Skype open, the Skype line. Find us on there. Let's go live. And that's how we'll do that. Write that down, memorize it. And yeah, man. No delay. We good. Everybody, okay. All right. What is the Cash App? Again, let's go back. I see you, Shay. Hold on. Somebody answered your question. All right. Well, that's it. Slide the show $1 or $2. All right. It's a live show. It's kind of like a podcast with the feel of a podcast, but live broadcast because I have experience. So there's that. All right. A couple things I want to talk about, man. I had a little rant on Instagram this morning talking about unpopular opinions. And I would have named, to be honest, I got to tell you, I would have named this show series Unpopular Opinions with an S, but it was already taken. I was so blown. I'm talking like 3 months ago when I started putting this together. I was like Unpopular Opinions, but it was like a blog. It was an Instagram account. It was a Facebook TV show. Like, I'd be mad when you ever think of something and then you think it's going to change the world. It's going to be a game changer. And then you start, going to look for it and it's everywhere. Like, you're late. The universe looking at you like, nigga, you're late. Stop it. So anyway, Unpopular Opinion. this morning I went on a little rant, and I want to touch on some of the things that we talked about on that, just to get your feel of it. Megan Thee Stallion as a horrible rapper. That's my opinion. Um, Ryan Reynolds and his wife Blake Lively came out and apologized for their wedding from years ago, because they held it at a place called a plant. Well, it was at an actual plantation, but it was one of those, places where you go and do things, have outdoor festivals and cabarets or whatever. It just happened to be used to be used as a plantation. I'm sure there's no plantation activity going on now, but anyway, I don't think he should apologize. And then there was a resurfacing of Zoe Saldana. I don't know what the news sources. It must have been a slow news day, because they went to her appearance in the Nina Simone movie, and somebody had a problem with it again. So now it's kind of resurfacing, and she apologized for what they thought was blackface. I don't think she should apologize, because it wasn't blackface. So that's another one that we're going to talk about. And I just heard this one driving on. Google is coming out with a badge, like a verification badge on your listing. Let's say you're a small business and you're black owned. Once they verify you as a black owned business, you'll get a badge next to your company listing on Google search. And I don't think that's a good idea either. And we'll talk about that later. But right now, I want to get into my first guest. She's on standby, ready to go. Let me put the necessary information up there. This is the big homie you've seen on the show before. Known her for years. Author, sports guru, chef, all around pain in my side. Always disagrees with me for no reason at all. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the program, India Sweet.
Okay, first of all,
Here we go.
thank you for having me.
Here we
Thank
go.
you for having me first and foremost.
2 seconds
I
in.
appreciate it.
2
I
seconds
I,
in.
I always love getting to chop it up with you for a little bit, but I must say,
Can I disarm you real quick?
sure,
Happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. 13 beautiful years and counting. Well, 13 years and counting. We'll
Did that
say
work?
that.
Did that
Yes.
disarm you?
Huh?
Okay. Did that disarm you? Oh.
Here's the thing. You're wrong, and you're an antagonist. Like, you like to pick at people, and you start stuff. And half the time when the people go crazy, I'm like, y'all know he's doing this on purpose. Like, I know you believe a portion of what you do, but a lot of it is just to make people irate, and that you are an antagonist. Yes.
No.
Yes.
How did we start off with this? This is so unfortunate. How did we get here?
Okay.
How did we get here?
Look, here's the thing. Don't start with me if you don't want me to finish it. You know what I mean? Come on, let's talk about some stuff.
You weren't even on when I said all of those things about you. You weren't even here.
There's a thing called backstage.
Oh.
And yeah, we can kind of hear it a little bit.
Okay. All right. No, and to that point, it ain't that I be making people irate. That's called a troll, and I don't do trolling. I just
no. I do not believe you are a troll at all. See, they're a whole different thing. They just want to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but me. I just think, like, yes, unpopular opinion, and your opinion is unpopular. So first of all, okay, so many people are going to go against it because you want to be an antagonist.
No,
that is the
so listen.
Yes,
here's the thing with unpopular opinion, and it's a great phrase. It's only been we've only seen it in like the last 5 or 10 years. It's not that I want to be an antagonist. It's I hold an opinion that I know a lot of people hold the opposite opinion of, but because I'm not mainstream,
it's usually
not
antagonist. It's usually
not antagonist. That's not antagonist. That's like saying I like Saucony sneakers over Adidas. That's an unpopular opinion. It's not antagonist. Sauconys make my feet feel fucking good.
No, because you have old man big feet. So yes, they would make your feet feel better.
Yeah, that's not
we can understand, but that's not. That is a preference. When you antagonize somebody, you are going to pick at something to make them, and come back in such a ferocious way.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't claim that.
If anybody is watching this, they know your stati and they know how you roll.
I rebuke that and you. Okay. I don't even know if it's a thing I can do with my hand, but I rebuke it. All right. So first up, I was talking about Megan Thee Stallion, Tina Snow, And
Mhm.
I don't think she's a good rapper. She's hot musically. She's hot visibly. She's top of the charts. The kids love her. But when I hear adults say that she's a good rapper, I'm like, you're lying to yourself because it's just not true. The pata teta teta sa tita teta pata ta teta. She sounds like an '80s rapper, like Sata Pata
You
Savage.
you
Tata
sound like
tata
Pootie
tita.
Tang, making her sound like
That's
Pootie
how
Tang.
she
That's what you're
sounds.
sounding
Next
like.
time, yeah, you can't unhear it because next time you listen to her, it's going to remind you of Pootie Tang,
Well,
and it's just I don't know
I'm not the
lyrically.
biggest fan. I'm not the biggest fan,
Okay,
so I am not one to really that's want to come in here and take up for her because I didn't really know
okay,
who she was for the longest time, and I would try to, but it was just like you said, it was nothing that. Because even with like Nicki, I wasn't a Nicki fan, but she was catchy. I had to give her love. I had to give her props. She might not have been whatever, but she. And so I don't have to like you to give you your props. Her,
right.
I like that she goes to school. She seems like a very intelligent young lady, like a,
Oh, absolutely.
decent human. But as far as, yes, it is very, yeah. When you come from the
Yeah,
Little Kim
and,
days, it's kind of hard to get on with
but-
that.
and we're older. We're older, so
Yeah,
that's
a
understandable.
given.
But I
Hmm.
feel that that's an unpopular opinion only because she's so popular. So if you have an opinion
Yes.
against that, then that's what it becomes.
Then it's
Yeah,
something that's not right with
yeah.
you. Yes,
But
nice
it's
young
not
lady.
hate
Nice,
though.
and you
But
know
yeah,
what?
it's not hate.
But I also think just to bring her up for a minute, you're talking about her rapping, but I know people talk about her getting shot and her feet, and people want
Mm,
to blame this woman. Well, she putting her hands on her. It came out that she never put her hands on anybody, and even if so, got her in her feet because she put her hands on stuff. Like you are equating one with the other, and like somebody posted, like yeah, if it was Kylie Jenner, and they got shot by Travis Scott, the whole world would be in the uproar. You know what I mean? But it's just unfortunate that it didn't get as much coverage as it should have. To me,
no, true story, and I think that's part in how we view black women.
no.
Society, as one as society, and two as black people. We give you the whole strong black woman thing tag, and you're supposed to take everything.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be able to take everything and survive through it and keep it
and
moving.
and then when black men say, I'm sorry, I'm not even going to go into that. I'm going to let that go because that's a whole rabbit hole, and I do not want to go
Um,
down that rabbit hole right now. No,
I
we'll
can
leave that
I
there.
can dig
That's a conversation
I
for
can
another
dig.
time.
Well, the
Yes.
second piece was from this morning was Ryan Reynolds. You familiar with this story?
I saw this because him and Blake Lively, like they are my favorite couples. Really,
Right. He's
they're
like,
fun.
yeah, he's like one of my favorite silly ass actors
Hmm.
who play silly ass roles.
Hmm.
He's the kind where I'm a fan where I look at the role, I'm like, damn, that would have been fun. I could have did that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like him as Deadpool, the
Yeah,
sarcasm, you know what I mean?
but that's who he
So
is,
he,
though. Yeah,
that's who he is. I really don't think
yeah.
he's acting. Like
No,
every movie, I don't think he's
half the
acting.
time, no. Even
And
back to my favorite show, his very first show was Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place years ago. I'm a sitcom like fanatic, and it was a great show. And that's how he was back then, like I was 20. And no, he should not have
right.
apologized. I don't want to jump the gun, but I agree. I agree.
No, that's where we at with it. I don't think he should apologize. Like, and my point was, I think at this point in time, everybody's hypersensitive and nobody wants to catch a
Mhm.
stray. So everybody wants to get out ahead. If I did anything offensive in the last whenever, I won't come out now and publicly say I am sorry. I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope y'all didn't get offended. But you got married at a place at a plantation, or maybe even been called plantation. I've driven past in several states in the South where there are still places called plantation, like Airbnbs,
mhm. I just drove past
subdivisions, golf
one.
courses. Like, what do you mean? Like, that's not your apology to make. You don't have to apologize for that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you didn't have a slave role plan during your wedding. It wasn't slave reenactments. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the place where you got married because it probably had the big house with the pillars in it and the trees
Right.
the hanging down on it and the big open field, and that's where y'all wanted. It
It
was a
was
scenic
probably
place.
beautiful. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think you
Look,
should have to apologize for
here's my
that.
thing.
Just 'cause that's where you
I can
had
go
it.
ahead and apologize. I go ahead and apologize now because if I was down the south and I had one of those big beautiful plantations that's in like have you ever seen
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
Like they
look
live
like
on a
they live on
plantation.
the play they live on a plantation
Really?
and you
Yeah,
mean to tell me I'm going to my wedding there, so I'll go ahead and apologize now because
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. If it's beautiful, if it's nice, that has nothing to do with If I could buy
Yeah.
one, heck, that's my ancestors' wildest
Mm,
dreams. What are you talking about? Like, come on now.
yeah, right,
I'm
right.
buying it. I'm
And
turning that into a holy land. It's gonna be a whole black,
there's a
everything. Yes.
there's a city called Plantation, Florida, and I feel like the move is going to come where they got to change the names. And I'm with the shits. I'm all for all that work. If we got to go through it go down the list one by, I'm with it. But them apologizing, it's like you're doing too much. Like they're not dialed in on what's exactly expected of you white folks.
Okay,
That
but you
that
know
ain't that.
what
We
though?
don't need that. We don't need that.
But you can go to bed and you can wake up with the Ryan Renner party is over party. You know what I mean? And even just
Yeah,
like you said, they went over and everybody is trying to find every little thing in your past because everybody's home and bored right now, so nobody's out making news.
right.
So it's nothing but a deep dive. And so they're like, okay, wait a minute, I did this. Phew, here it is. They tried to go back on what was it? Jimmy Fallon that did was it
So
Chris Rock
he
back in the
played
day
Chris
on
Rock
he played Chris
on
Rock.
SNL, and I think Chris Rock was on that episode. Like,
Chris Rock was on that episode. He
get
helped
out of
him
here.
write. It was the whole thing. You know what I mean? So it's like people are coming and they're so PC these days. That's why you were talking before and I was getting ready to say something, but then I let it go because I'm like, you know what? You can't say anything anymore because
Yeah,
everybody gets in an uproar. And it's like, oh, well, you gotta always think twice. You have to always think twice because people
yeah,
make something out of nothing. And you know me, my mouth is real janky and I will
yeah.
not care. And so sometimes I just stop myself.
Well, you got to do it in character, or say you got split personalities. You can get away with it.
Endo,
Here we go.
endo.
Well, everyone knows you as Endo, so that
No,
might not.
everyone know you do. Everyone knows me as India Sweet. But
Oh,
yes. We've transitioned into the grown up name. Lazy.
okay.
Lazy.
Hey, what does this, what does that have to do with anything? Um,
Because I'm just saying.
hey, a clap for
Because
that.
that's how it shows up on my phone.
You don't even want to know what you are on my phone.
And I
Yeah.
made this.
Yes, Mavis.
You so dang petty. You are so petty.
I mean, it's because
You are
it's never
so petty.
changed. I never had a reason to change it. It's not, now that's antagonic, but it's no reason to change it.
That is
'Cause
you. Again, thank you for proving my point,
no,
sir.
only
Thank
in
you for
that
proving my point.
scenario.
I tip my
No,
cap to
only in
you.
that scenario. But
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel
Terrible.
apologized for playing Carmelone in blackface. I remember that too. And that's just, and a lot of those, it was just there was a bad
And,
sketch. I mean, it
and
was.
Carmelone has gotten off too. Did you hear about Carmelone and the girl that pregnant at like 15
Yeah, I
when
heard
he
about
was
that
like
story
20,
20 years
30?
ago.
Yes,
I've heard that story 20 years ago.
but how public has that story been? Do you really mean to tell me that he really got his due on that story? It got swept under the
No,
rug.
it didn't. I don't think it got swept. What it was it wasn't
Mm,
that interesting. Here's the thing. Okay, listen. Breaking news.
uh-oh.
Ron Jeremy. This is where I'm going with it. I just got this, and I don't have
What?
it.
Did you
I
just
just
say
got
Ron
it.
Jeremy?
Yeah, because I'm about to make a point. I'm about to
Oh
make a broader
God.
point.
Okay.
So
I need
Carmelo.
to see where this is going.
All right, let me back up. Let me slow up. Carmelone thing was a known thing. It just wasn't interesting because back then it was lightweight acceptable. But now that everything is not acceptable, everybody's getting it. Everybody can get it. Now he had twins when he was in college, like
Mm-hmm.
with a 17-year-old, right? He didn't claim them. He got to the league. She did the DNA, found out that they was his like 10, 12 years later. One of them went pro, the twins. But around that same time, it came out that he had gotten a 13-year-old from his small town. He's from a very,
I
very
mean,
small town. 13-year-old, pregnant, and had a kid. Never claimed it. But his, I believe his last name was on the
like
birth certificate.
21. It's
Yeah,
like
he was
21.
like 24. He was like
20.
20. Yeah, he was 13. What I'm
I
saying,
mean, dude.
Carl has never gotten a pass. It wasn't juicy back then.
I don't know, because most people watching this, I would want to really know how many people
Okay.
know about that story. Know about Karl Malone. Can I throw that out there? I'm not on
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah,
because
no, we
my
can do it.
internet is out.
Yeah, we're only in Tiny Closet Studios group and YouTube and Periscope. So thumbs up if you've heard that Karl Malone story. Now, while we're waiting for those, this
Right.
just came in.
What's that?
I'll give you the story. I didn't have the time to pull it up,
I like
but
your hat, by the way.
oh, thank you.
That's nice. That's
Ron
nice.
Jeremy. This is from the L.A. Times
Yes.
Instagram.
Oh, yes, pardon me.
L.A. Times. Los Angeles prosecutors, and the picture is he's in court. He's being arraigned. 4 cops around him. Everybody got masks on. And he's handcuffed. He's being escorted out of the court. Los Angeles prosecutors charge adult film star Ron Jeremy in late June with sexually assaulting 4 different women in West Hollywood. Within days of those charges, 25 women across the country and on both coasts came out alleging accusations ranging from misdemeanor sexual battery to forcible rape against this man for decades, who was the porn industry's most visible celebrity. 6 additional women since his arrest came out. The women said they had not contacted police or previously told their stories publicly before Jeremy's arrest, fearing they would face retribution or that they would not be believed, which is common.
Yeah.
But they say each account shared one commonality, that Jeremy never hesitated. So why do I bring that up? Because again, I got to make sure I word this.
Making sure you word it right.
So I don't get canceled. Back then, he probably thought he could get away with that.
Well, yeah.
Like you're in porn,
Yeah.
you're always around women. You probably have a thing about.
I guess I'm
women.
not saying at the time.
taking.
I guess I'm saying even like now. Like even now. Ron Jeremy is getting his just due.
But
It
okay,
takes-
but to compare it to the Karl Malone story that you brought up, I'm saying I feel like it was known then that that's what type of time he was on. I feel like that's what type of time he was on.
Everything back then was different. Everything 3 years ago was different. Just because it was different 3 years ago, we never saying it's okay. I'm just even saying now,
I'm not saying it's okay. It never was okay. What I'm saying is, like, when you said about Karl Malone, right, that he gave a pass, I'm saying people didn't care. They didn't care. It wasn't interesting.
I guess I'm even talking now. I guess I know back then people probably didn't care. But
now, it's juicy. Me Too is juicy now.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you saw the Redskins situation, and no knock to any victim or survivor, but you saw the Redskins story, and I read the article, right? And as unfortunate as the incident was with the young lady, she was a sideline reporter, and the guy unwantingly, I'm trying to word this correctly, unwantingly complimented on her looks. And he was married. And then he asked her if they could go do lunch. I'm reading the story, and I know I ain't the only one. And I don't care if I get in trouble. I'm reading the story, and I'm like, is that what happened? That's what y'all forced y'all to make the name change? I was like, that? I've heard worse. I've known women who've been through worse. She really, it was, they made it very dramatic. Now, I don't know if there's levels to sexual harassment. Now, this is harassment, which is different from assault. It was harassment, but it was like a 4-page cover story.
Well, are
Because
you saying that incident is what led to the name change?
No, I'm the people on the street. That's what they believe. One led to the other. That's the people. That's the common thought. What I'm saying is now all of that is juicy. It wasn't before. That's titillating. That's exciting. Like the everything surrounding that. Everybody has a story now, where before it was not interesting. So to Ron Jeremy, to Karl Malone.
Well, you know what? You can't even say the Ron Jeremy story. You can't say the Ron Jeremy wasn't juicy because nobody came out about
it. Yeah, true. Oh man, you're transforming. Hold up. You sound like a speaking spell. Hold up. All right, let me try it again. She transforming. All right, we was getting into it. I'm gonna tell her to jump back in. All right, jump back in.
20 years ago, then 20 years of women.
Oh, it's getting good. All right, let me text her. Hold on. That's why I like Endo, because Endo be having that perspective. Jump off and come back in. She be having that perspective, man. It's real. Get rid. Okay, come on back in. But no, I'm just saying. The reason why, now it's just these are way more these scenarios and these events, and I understand victims and survivors their fear of retribution. I get it, fear of retaliation and all that. I get it. What I'm saying, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about now. Oh, here we go. I'm talking about now. You back? All right. Yeah, I'm just saying I get it for victims. I get it for victims and survivors to want to worry about retaliation and retribution, because that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even talking about them in my position. I'm saying that everybody else, us paying attention to it,
Mm-hmm.
like we didn't care until now. Like now that's juicy. That's the story. Like Ron Jeremy, you're like, man, you used to fuck for a living. Why you got to take it?
Why?
That's how. That's the first reaction. That's my first reaction.
That's my first thing I think about. But you got so many NFL players, you're sick. You know what I mean? You skin like apples and oranges because you're sick. To do that, you have to be mentally like Darren Sharper. You know what I mean? Played in the NFL. Darren Sharper was a beautiful man. You know what I mean? Like he never had to take it from anybody, yet he chose to from a number of women, ranging from a number of ages, and he's in jail now, and he will be for the foreseeable future. So, but I think if people would have came forward then, I think it would have been juicy. Then it would have been a big, scary thing. But like you said, the retribution fear factor kept it hidden for so long, and now it's just it's out there. So everybody be damned if you messed up before. But see, and also it's so weird because I've been at Redskins Park. I've reported from Redskins Park. You know what I mean? Like I had players say certain things to me, never in a disrespectful way. You know what I mean? Like you come out, there's this little vestibule where you wait for the players to come out, and you be like, "Hey, can I get you outside for a minute?" Maybe on like a Monday after a game where they don't have practice, but they had meetings. So you Monday morning quarterback type thing. And it's like, can I get you outside? Yeah, I'm like, come on. And we would go outside, we would conduct the interview. It would not be anything, it was nothing more, nothing less, nothing, But, and I never really had it other than Stephen Davis.
Oh, put him out there.
No, not in a bad way.
Oh, okay.
It was just a very funny, like, run in, it was a stare thing, and he would and so I never want reporters to think that something was going on because he got my whatever first, and then he wrote whatever. It was just funny, but I never. So
yeah, and here's some points to the whole Me Too thing that people are missed on. Like, we evolve and we change, so you can get out of the way things were. What used to be acceptable behavior, that's fine. But in a natural dating setting, and I guess the natural dating setting is skewed now anyway. There's nowhere, you can't go nowhere to meet.
yeah.
But the men typically pursue the women, and part of that pursuit is compliments. And like if you were raised a certain way or of a certain era, like that's really the only way you know how. Now, with the advent of the Me Too movement, like none of that, all of that is off limits. We're like you saying, you shrugged it off and it didn't mean anything to you. I don't know if that's cultural.
That was my next question to you. Where do you go?
Yeah.
How do you navigate that space now?
Right.
I mean, you can't even say somebody you think, oh my God, you dressing to look cute for.
Yeah, that dress is really flattering you. That's harassment. You know what I mean? Now, granted, we all know we took. Oh man, granted, we took the training. I took the training at work, and that type of language is not acceptable in the workplace anyway. But I believe like there was a time when that's just how you talk. You know what I mean? And now that's grounds for dismissal. Even on the even on the even in the environment where slick talk is a little more acceptable outside of work. Like, damn, you got a fat ass. Like that's jail time now. That's you out of here. Your career's over. Or man, you really wearing that dress. You're out of here. Like you just cannot anymore. And it's weird. It's not like I'm going to miss it, but I'm just saying it's weird because it's going to take a long time for people to adjust to that.
I mean, I think you're going to miss some type of level of being able to communicate with people and not have, like we said before, this whole time watching every word, but it's so funny that we're a more politically correct culture inside of our like workplaces. The music on the radio disgusting, more ratchet, more straightforward, made, it's not like let's light some candles. No, it's let's get it. So I'm so confused. I'm so confused because it's like, hold on, but the world is out here putting out in music and on TV and whatever, but then in the workplace, you can't even tell somebody they look nice anymore. Like, get the heck out of here. What do you think I go and get my hair done for and do, but not to be all in your face. But we say, you look like, thank you. I put work into this. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I don't know where it comes from, but I also know that I'm a person that I am not easily offended. So I don't, I'm just for somebody else that could be offensive to them, and I want to take that away. But it's just like, dog, like, come on, like, are we? So everybody's supposed to just wear like white uniforms now, so everybody looks the same, and we all look like drones, and you never have to comment on anybody ever again. I don't know. It's just too much. It's just a lot. It's just. A lot of it is much for a woman like me.
Right. And I've said some things. I've said some things in the past that people have taken issue with, but a lot of times, I mean, harassment is harassment, assault is assault.
Yes,
but a lot of times you won't
exactly.
hear. Yeah, you won't. A lot of times you won't hear about it. If what took place was not mutual, and that's just real. That's just honest. Like you think about the guy that hits on you that you do not want or do not find attractive. You going to HR quick as a bitch. But
I mean,
the guy who could possibly stand a chance or who you have found to be attractive, he could say the same thing, and you so crazy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Way too much.
It is.
You know what I mean?
It's a fine. That's what I'm saying. It's a fine line, and I don't. Yeah, like Harvey Weinstein, whatever his name is, predator, horrible. Like, just go ahead and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's no middle ground with him. But when you say,
Right.
oh, they said I look nice. Well, was he following you to your car? Was he not letting you get on the elevator? Or did he just in passing once say you look nice and you didn't like that? And so it's, I think things need to be detailed and explained because it's just now keeping the cheerleaders' passports when they were telling them to service the season. Now that's a whole other story. I thought you were going to go there because that's unacceptable.
Well, that
Like,
wasn't
you
the story that
can't,
came out. That wasn't the story that came out in the expose. That's what I'm saying. So the day before, they had the internet going nuts because they was like they about to drop all this juice and all this innuendo and alleged. But then the next day, it was a story about workplace harassment in the front office that didn't match up
Yes,
with the threat.
it was part of it. It was part of it. It was part of it.
I ain't read that.
Oh, that had been out though.
Holding
That was
the
the thing. So it
passport,
all
they
came
served-
back. Yeah, they were holding the passports of the cheerleaders, and so that's
they-
when like the sex trafficking and all of
Yeah.
that kind of came.
That wasn't in the Washington Post story the next day. I didn't see it
Because it was already out there, and
That's
so
what I'm saying. It wasn't official.
and
It wasn't.
that was another problem when you talk about retribution. It's very official. They just did report on it because they were scared. I don't know if they were scared of Snyder at that point, you know, whatever. Now, after all of this, oh no, it has been out, and the media even said, even on ESPN, they had talked about they did not give that story enough coverage when it first came out. Yes, it did. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I haven't watched
a long time ago.
ESPN. I haven't watched ESPN in months, so I missed that.
Oh, well, it's pretty good. They have a lot of good stuff on there right now.
Well, when they
Yeah.
were, when sports was off and they were just talking about sports, that they lost me for
Well,
like three straight.
they started talking about like sports and like Black Lives Matter stuff and regular stuff like going on in the world. So it was pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Well, until they get you on there, it's not worth to watch. So there's that. But speaking of assault and alleged assaults, are you familiar with the claims against Common by Jaguar Wright though?
Thank you. You know, I'm trying to tell you, I am waiting. I'm waiting for my day to get to Stephen A.
Are you? Yeah, you
Who?
way behind me now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you way behind me now. Yeah, get your G's up, India Sweet. Let's get your G's up. See, that's why we ask y'all for these loose ones. You talking about fire the tech guy? Donate to the show so we can get our G's up. All right, let's try it again. You good?
Can you hear me? Am I back?
I can hear
Good.
you.
I thought I was.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's yours. You don't got enough G's.
No, I got like 4 bars, dog. What you talking
Yeah,
about?
but you're not on 5G though. We on 5G over here. You on 3.5?
5G LT. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. This storm took out everything last night. That's why I
Oh,
could be
that's
on my
right.
phone right now. It was pretty bad up
Right.
here. Like it's still like 10,000 people without power in our little area, and trees were down. Couldn't get to one of the stores, so it was kind of crazy here.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're in upper northeast, like in not
Yeah,
DC.
in New Jersey. I call myself a New Jerker between New York and New Jersey.
That's
So
hilarious.
yes.
Get that on a shirt.
Oh yeah, the adventures of a New Jerker. When I'm always around the city and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
That's a t-shirt.
Man.
But no, yeah, it was sunny until 9 p.m. here last night. Anyway, but what I was gonna say was, are you familiar with the Common accusation?
No, that's why I was like, what?
Yeah,
Because
Jaguar.
I thought you were going to talk about him dating Tiffany Haddish now.
Well, that went public, and you know, whenever you're a celebrity and you put out good news, somebody got to find your ass and put out bad news. And so Jaguar Wright apparently is a survivor of Common, and she talked recently about an occurrence that they had after a show, where he tried to get some on the way to sleep. They were snuggled together in whatever sleeping arrangement they was in, and he was like, "Come on," he tapping her with the tap, like, "I'm trying to get some." She's like, "Nah, I just did a show. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep." She said she goes to sleep and wakes up to him, tapping her face with his common sense. So and not to joke about it, but that's just the kind of
No, no, you didn't. Why did you have to do it like that? You didn't have to. You didn't have to do it like that.
he put
You had
his
to.
common sense
Okay.
in
Okay.
her face,
Oh
according to
gosh.
her,
Okay.
and she apparently she did not want to participate at that time, and so she said he's an asshole and he's really not a nice person and blah blah blah. So that's that. She didn't, wasn't an official report or anything, but she just put it out there, and again, stuff like that, because now you put that out there, and whether it went down like that or not, now that's on the brain. That's what we think about Common. You know what I mean?
Well,
Until the story comes
I
out, and I
don't.
think stuff like
I
that
don't.
that's too easy. That's too easy. Oh, you don't
I
believe the woman?
no. I mean, if that
That shirt,
happened,
that
I mean,
shirt says believe women.
okay. But here's my thing: is she saying that he violated her?
Yes. She
He
he put his common sense in her face, in her mouth without her permission.
in her mouth, or just was like,
Like, yeah, like, I mean, I wasn't there, obviously, but I believe she said inserted. I believe she used the word insert.
and they were already together. She was willingly on her own there, snuggling and cuddling with him. Like
I think they
this
just
is something that they
sleep.
just do.
I think they just crashed out. To see, that's the question. Now, but see, look at what you're doing. Look at what you're doing, because women's rights advocates will call you a traitor
I
because
look, and that's okay with me because here's my thing. Here's
interest.
my thing. We have to understand because, and I guess for me, I can believe women, but what I also know is a whole lot of white women put a whole lot of black men in jail for lying on them. Okay, and they lost years out of their life. So forgive me if when something goes down, yes, I want facts. I want to know. I'm not just going to cancel this man out here because we've had too many brothers lose their life. You know what I mean? Careers. Off of women lying. So yes, I want to believe them, but I do want to hear the facts of the story before I just go and cancel somebody. That's not how I work. You know what I mean? I want the truth. I'm going to get down to it. And so many times I have gotten into it with people, talked about certain things because I'm like, no, I can't. I
Mm,
can't because anybody can say anything at any given time. That is just
mm,
the truth. And unless you have receipts and you can go back and forth, I mean, come on, because it's just like going into a court of law. You have to have something. You know what I mean? It's not okay. Because then, if we start believing all the women, then we have to believe all the white women that said a black man took their kids and drowned them in the lake when they,
mm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. I can't. I need facts first.
Now, it's a black woman. Does that change it for you at all?
What's that?
That's making these accusations against Common.
No, I mean, because I have to know more. Like, is that what y'all did? Because it might be a night where you tired and that's your man, but he might be like, man, come on, boo, like
Yeah,
whatever. Or was that just not? Or because that one night you didn't feel like it, and he, whatever. I just need to know more.
yeah,
I
and
need to know more,
I'm
and
not
especially
sure.
because that he's never been that type of
Right,
brother or ever struck me. All the women that he's gone through, not gone through like that. You know what
been
I'm
with.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You
No,
know what
you're
I mean? But not a one person's had something bad to say about freaking Common. You know what I mean? We ain't talking about 50 Cent. We ain't talking
right.
about 50. We talking about Common. So I need
Right.
I need more. I can't do that. I can't. That's not.
Now,
That ain't right.
yeah, and I guess more details will come out soon. I hope he does not, get canceled for one allegation without at least speaking to it.
Yeah,
But him and Tiffany Haddish, and I don't really talk about other
man.
people's relationships, but I didn't see that coming at all. That's not the couple I would have been like, oh yeah, that makes sense. No, I didn't see that. They both good people. I just would have never seen that. Would have never seen that.
I mean, and she shaved her head. And I'm not saying that was like whatever, but not everybody can pull off the shaved head, especially in a
No,
new relationship. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
no,
Like,
no.
you always have to have makeup on, always be cute, because if not, you're going to look like Louis Armstrong. You know what I'm saying? When you wake it up
Yeah,
in the morning. So
ah,
she got to make sure she keeps them lashes, she keep them brows, because, yeah, she not, look,
it's
look,
just weird because I
look.
think of them, getting into it, and everybody's just palming. Everybody's head,
I can't,
and
I can't.
it's too much. It's too much. All right. Well, yeah. I appreciate you coming on the program.
It was
Look at
fun, man. It was
the time,
fun.
and people don't even realize, man, the time done gone, and all because of you.
And look, and I was gonna say, yeah, I've donated. Like I was watching your show one day, and I sent you a doll. I think I sent you like a doll. I was like, hey, it was good today. I
Yeah,
sent
you
you like a
did.
doll. I was like,
You did.
that was good stuff.
So that's
That was
the
good
dollar
stuff.
challenge. I challenge y'all to
Yeah,
match
yeah.
India Sweet's
I'm
dollar.
a, I'm a,
With
I'm a, I'm gonna put some on there today. Good show, good show, good
Yeah, I
stuff. You
appreciate
doing
it.
good
All
stuff.
because of you. Here we go. Match
Yeah.
in those dollar, if you will, for the programming that comes out of Drunken Fruit Studios here. Let's go live. I appreciate you one more time. India Sweet, round of applause.
Peace. Thanks for having me.
And you can also hear. Did you say Friday? He was good. Will your phone be working Friday? Did you say Friday you was good? Look at that. Here we go with the shits. I talk to you off the phone. You
Yes.
can also, oh, okay, hear her Friday with me on the Karen Hunter show.
My
We going
phone is the internet. It's the internet.
oh yeah. That's funny. So she was with the Karen Hunter show. How they feel yeah, we try to live with it. That's the love. That's it. Yeah, natural. And all of that. Check the chat, y'all. Check the chat. She's looking. It's a book. It's a book. It's a book. Check the chat. It's a book. Oh, it's a book. It's a book. We don't just leave in the message. hear from the elder. The segment, oh, hi there. Happy everyday, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflection. Boxing lessons, life lessons. Do you remember the Gillette Saturday night fights that came on TV at 10 p.m.? And if so, then you can relate to this reflection. My father was an amateur boxer in Brooklyn, New York in the 1930s and 40s. He would teach me and my older brother how to fight while watching the likes of Silverway Robinson, Kid Gavilan, Holly Mims, Sandy Sadler, Carmen Basilio, Archie Moore, and others. My father was so smooth and strategy, and my brother and I would practice what my father taught us along with those boxers within the ring. My father always stressed that we would never start a fight, but try to talk yourself out of a fight. We never let anyone know that we could fight. If we got in a fight, that is when someone found out that we could handle ourselves. My father stressed preparation in all stages of life. Life lesson. As you prepare for your goals and dreams in this life, everyone does not have to know your every move. There are people out there just waiting to pull you down to their level. Keep them guessing. Remember the 5 P's. Peace and blessings. Alpha Papa signing off. Oh, I'm just seeing that y'all said y'all couldn't hear it. I don't know what happened. All right, I'll run it back. No worries. I was enjoying it. This is one of the what I'm like now, because this is one of the. I think her phone messed me up. Like if you don't come on here with your G's, and so here's the thing. Can y'all hear me before I go on this floor? Am I back? Thumbs up if I'm back. All right. Yeah. And y'all cut all that who shot John out, all that silly shit y'all doing. So here's what happened. Let me tell you what happened. I told India, we did the whole pre-show call, and I was like, yo, I need you on the computer, blah blah blah. She was real live in the path of the storm in North Jersey yesterday. So her whole wherever she's at, they're completely out of Wi-Fi, internet, all of that, power outages and all that. So she was on her phone. So we muscled through it, and y'all can deal with it. We'll be okay. Um, no conspiracy theory. It wasn't no entanglement. It wasn't Jada. It wasn't Will, Kanye, none of that. But she had to use her phone, and I don't like using the phone because phones a lot of times don't have all the G's that we need for this show. We need your G's. All right, so I'm gonna run it back. Now we've reached the end of the show. We like to leave on a lesson and get a word from an elder in a segment I like to call "Hi Dad." This is a good lesson too. Listen to it. Happy everyday, brothers and sisters. This is Alpha Papa with today's reflections. Boxing lessons, life lessons. Do you remember the Gillette Friday night fights that came on TV at 10 p.m.? And if so, then you can relate to this reflection. My father was an amateur boxer in Brooklyn, New York in the 1930s and 40s. He would teach me and my older brother how to fight while watching the likes of Sugar Ray Robinson, Kid Gavilan, Holly Mims, Sandy Sadler, Carmen Basilio, Archie Moore, and others. My father would show us moves and strategies, and my brother and I would practice what my father taught us along with those boxers did in the ring. My father always stressed
that we would never start a fight, but try to talk yourself out of a fight. We never let anyone know that we could fight. If we got in a fight, that is when someone found out that we could handle ourselves. My father stressed preparation in all phases of life. A life lesson. As you prepare for your goals and dreams in this life, everyone does not have to know your every move. There are people out there just waiting to pull you down to their level. Keep them guessing. Remember the 5 P's. Peace and blessings. Alpha Papa signing off.
My man, 100 grand. All right, let's get applause for that. Yeah, I was waiting for the 5 P's, but I guess he expected you to know them already. So there's that. And who knew, man? We learn something every time. He said something in yesterday's and today's yesterday's about getting stuff off his chest that he hadn't shared in years. I didn't know that his father was an amateur boxer in the 30s and 40s. I didn't know that. Clap it up for that. Who knew? All right, y'all. There it is. That's all the time we have for today's show. I appreciate y'all. If you're checking out the Humor Mill, checking us out in Humor Mill, make sure you let somebody know. If you don't have it already, get the app. Check us out on YouTube. I need you to subscribe and turn the notifications on. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Once I get to 1,000, we turn the corner. Different shit gonna happen. And also, if you would like to donate, here we go. Viewer support right here for the road. And also join us in our Patreon. And to all the users watching us on Twitch, we appreciate you. Twitter and Periscope, appreciate you. Look for a replay of this show very, very soon. And damn it, we're supposed to do rolling. Hold on, let me see. He's gonna hold. Yo, listen. I apologize. Stand by. We'll try to get you on tomorrow. All right, you ain't doing shit. All right. Apologize, Roland. We'll try to get you on tomorrow, man. For everybody else, man, enjoy your Hump Day Wednesday. Be safe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock East Coast time, and that's it.
Man, I'm just working, man.
I know what my audience like. I did some independent films with Master P. A lot of those movies did really well.
I'm ambitious. I'm a hustler. I have my own lane.
That's the thing about comedy. You wake up every day, you don't know if you're funny that day.